My name is Ryan from the History is Fun channel, and this is 10 funny facts about the dinosaurs. Short T-Rex arms. Despite its massive size and fearsome reputation, the T-Rex had arms so small that it's believed they were almost useless. Some scientists think they might have been good for a high five, but not much else. T-Rex arms were used to slash prey in close proximity to the dinosaur. The arms, which were approximately 3 feet long, featured crescent-shaped talons that could be used to inflict mortal wounds to prey. And the short arm length was actually more beneficial for slashing, considering the size of T-Rex's head. Triceratops' party hats. Triceratops had 3 horns and a frilly neck shield that might look like a party hat to us. Imagine these guys showing up to a dino party ready to celebrate. With its 3 horns, a parrot-like beak and a large frill that could reach nearly 1 meter, 3 feet across, the Triceratops skull is one of the largest and most striking of any land animal. The horns could have been used to fend off attacks from Tyrannosaurus. Stegosaurus's brain size. The Stegosaurus had a brain the size of a walnut. For a creature that was about the size of a large car, that's a lot of body with not much brain power. It is often said that Stegosaurus had a brain the size of a walnut. In fact, it was more like the size of a lime, or a dog's brain, but still relatively small for a dinosaur that grew up to 9 meters long. Brontosaurus name game. For years, scientists thought Brontosaurus was a mistake and used the name Apatosaurus instead. But guess what? It turns out Brontosaurus was actually a real dinosaur after all, so it got its name back in the end. Due to the rules of scientific naming, the first name published gets priority. Brontosaurus was relegated to scientific history and the fossils reassigned to Apatosaurus. Dino Breath. Some scientists think that the giant sauropods like Brachiosaurus might have had a really bad breath due to their enormous size and the huge amounts of plant material they consumed. They figured that such a large animal would be too heavy to support itself on land, plus its nostril holes were on top of its skull, sort of like a snorkel. But experts now know that the pressure of the water would have made it impossible for Brachiosaurus to breathe in air. The chicken connection. Birds are actually the closest living relatives to dinosaurs. So if you think about it, every time you see a chicken pecking around, you're looking at a distant cousin of the T-Rex. Chickens, like all birds, are the living descendants of theropod dinosaurs, carrying forward a legacy that stretches back millions of years. This lineage is evidenced by shared physical traits, the presence of feathers in both groups, cladistic classification, transitional fossils, and genetic similarities. Dino Poop. Fossilized dinosaur dung, or coprolites, have been found and studied. Some of them show what dinosaurs ate, and it's a bit like finding a prehistoric dinner menu. Coprolites are the fossilized feces of animals that lived millions of years ago. They are trace fossils, meaning not of the animal's actual body. A coprolite like this can give scientists clues about an animal's diet. Pterodactyls misnomer. Although often associated with dinosaurs, pterodactyls were actually flying reptiles, not dinosaurs. They were more like the dino version of a flying lizard. From the United States to Germany, Brazil, and China, pterodactyls inhabited many different locations from the late Triassic period to the end of the Cretaceous period. But, unlike their Tyrannosaurus rex or Stegosaurus neighbors, they were not dinosaurs. These winged creatures were actually flying reptiles. Dilophosaurus's fancy frills. The Dilophosaurus had 2 large crests on its head that might have been used to impress others or just to look super cool, like a dino with a really high-fashion hairstyle. The function of the crests is unknown. They were too weak for battle, but may have been used in visual display, such as species recognition and sexual selection. Dino-size mix-up. Some dinosaurs were much smaller than you'd expect. For example, the Microraptor was about the size of a crow, proving that not all dinosaurs were gigantic. Dinosaurs come in all sizes. The lumbering Argentinosaurus probably reached 115 feet, the winged Microraptor less than 4 feet. And today, the sole surviving lineage of dinosaurs, modern birds, includes both minuscule hummingbirds and leggy ostriches. Subscribe if you like this content. Thanks for watching. This is Ryan from History is Fun channel.